How can sellers have success listing their house during the COVID-19 pandemic? Stay tuned and I will give you that answer.
This is Ready, Set, Sold, the show that helps real estate buyers, sellers, and agents in the St. Louis Metro East area be more successful. I'm your host, Brian Vogt, a local realtor, Cardinal, and Blues fan, and author of 2 Amazon #1 best-selling books on real estate.
Hi everyone. Even though we're going through some tough times, there does seem to be more good news heading our way than bad news during this pandemic that we're in. I also know that many agents have decided to shut down their business during this time. Of course, that's their call on what they want to do. It's their business. However, the state of Illinois, along with virtually every state in the country, has deemed that real estate agents provide an essential service, which I take very seriously, especially in the times that we're in right now. And I have continued to develop plans to make sure that not only the safety of everyone is the utmost importance, but also servicing my sellers and my buyers. With that said, I am actually recommending to all my sellers to at least strongly consider putting their homes on the market now. And maybe by now, at least maybe in the next couple of days or at the week at the latest. Yes, there have been some changes from beginning to end, but nothing that I don't believe that sellers or buyers can't overcome to have success. There are numerous reasons why I believe sellers should be putting their house on the market, but it really boils down to the top 3. I will also go into some detail on how I want to limit the exposure to almost a bare minimum for sellers, even if they're living currently in their home now. So let's dive in. Number 1, inventory has rock bottom. I mean, there's virtually no houses. I've never seen this before, and I'm close to my 20 years of being in real estate. However, that will come to an end. COVID-19 will go away. When that happens, there's going to be a flood of houses hitting the market, the likes that no one's ever seen before. I can hardly barely imagine myself. And when that happens, more than likely, the price will be the first thing that goes when it comes to selling. Number 2, with no inventory, buyers are more likely to give sellers a lot of leeway, a lot of grace, of not worrying about if they're going to be getting new appliances put in, or what the flooring condition is, or how many updates they have in the kitchen and the bathrooms, or how updated they are, or any painting whatsoever. It's not talking about on the outside if there's mulch put down or not, or how nice the yard looks, or quite frankly, if it's just mowed professionally, or the deck, or any of those things. I feel very strongly, and I've seen so far, that that's kind of going out the window. Remember, buyers need to buy a home. They need a place to live. And again, we're talking about the people who seriously need to have a place to live. That's the buyers that we're talking about right now. Just a quick story. Just heard a story about a New York doctor, I should say, in New York, that was quarantined because of COVID-19. But he was moving to the St. Louis Metro East area and needed a home to live in. Well, fortunately, a house did pop up, and he bought it through video alone. Thank goodness. Again, there is a real need for not only buyers, but I've talked with sellers that truly want to move in 2020, and ideally in the spring of 2020 to get on with the things that they have planned for their life and for the rest of the year. So with no inventory, keep in mind the condition of the home is not going to be probably the number 1 concern that most buyers are going to have. Now, again, the pandemic will end. So when the flood comes of houses, price will be the first thing. Second thing is condition is going to be everything. So everything I just talked about is going to be probably times 10 on what your home is going to have to look like in flooring and painting and appliances and updates. So it's something to consider. You can wait, but that is most likely going to be a factor to consider. Having said that, also, I think it's important to keep in mind that there's just a simple supply and demand of people that work on homes anymore, on anything. Electricians, carpenters, handyman. It's been that way for quite a few years. And just so you know, It may take you a while to be able to get those people in place, which is going to also put you kind of behind the 8 ball versus putting your house on the market right now. Number 3, staging. Literally staging, I see, is simply turning on the lights, opening up the interior doors, and that's about it. Worried about if you have personal photos up is not going to be a big concern, in my professional opinion. And yes, storage, yes, the closets could be full. Yes, the garage could be full. Yes, the basement area where you have storage could be full. Again, these are not high priorities for the buyers that we're talking about that need to move in to the area now or need to find a home now. Of course, all that will change once the floodgates open up. All those things I just mentioned will be much, much more critical during that time. So, what's the plan of putting your house on the market? Well, just so you know, I don't have a lot of experience selling homes in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. However, as I said before, there are sellers that really want to sell their home, and I want to be there to be able to help them and also limit their exposure. So the plan I've developed myself is to start off with doing a virtual conference meeting, meaning that not over the kitchen table, but something very close to it, a Zoom meeting, and where the sellers can then literally take the camera and show me the house. I can write down notes, we can put down pricing, we can get pricing together. So we have a game plan for that. We can do all the paperwork virtually through email, virtual signing. We have that done. The second step is I'm going to come over and take video, and I'm not talking a minute or two video. Yes, I'll be taking pictures and measurements, but I'm going to be coming over. If the sellers choose, can literally put the key underneath the rug. I come in, they go out. I, of course, have the gloves, have the necessary equipment that I need, and do the video. Once that is done, we put the house on the market, take the video, and start putting it to my website and other locations so that buyers that have true interest, and that's who we're really looking for. We're not looking for any tire kickers for sure to become wandering through the house. Whether the house is occupied or vacant, doesn't matter. Either way, we want to have serious buyers. So in that situation, let them look at it. And so agents that have questions about it, share that, let them see it, send it to them, and let their buyers look at it. Once they've looked at it, they may write an offer just from the video. It does happen. But if not, then they will come in and do a showing. Again, having the gloves, having the mat, having all the proper equipment, everyone to have that. Having the lights turned on from the sellers and also all the interior doors and letting them know not to touch anything. No opening up refrigerators or kitchen cabinets or bathroom cabinets, any of that stuff. And basically, you as a seller, kind of coordinate it to where they pull up, you get in your car, maybe take the kids or the dogs or the pets, get in the car, drive out to the street, and park your car right in front of your house. Again, we're looking for the buyers just to confirm what they have. So we're talking like a 5-minute showing. Okay, they've seen the video. Now all we're doing is letting them confirm it. After they do that, they come out, they get in their cars, you go back in your house if you choose to. You may want to do some cleaning. Again, we're banking on the idea that they're going to have their gloves and things like that nature, but that's, again, up to you. And then once we have an accepted contract, then there's other things that I don't want to go into to great detail, but there's other steps along the way where, again, we're limiting your exposure. Now, having said all this, does it mean it's going to work? I don't know. Okay? I mean, I really don't. But I do think it's a viable option for sellers and for buyers, given the circumstances that we're in. And look, if nothing else, it's worth a try for a month or 2 months. Because if it does work, that would be a great thing. And it makes a buyer very, very happy, and you as a seller very, very happy. With that said, who do you know? And maybe it's you that's watching this right now that's looking to sell their home. give me a call. Let's have a conversation. 618-210-2451. You can text me. Let's just talk about the possibility. And yes, it could be on the phone. It could be on a Zoom call. Either way, and let's just see where we're at and see if this makes sense to you to put your house on the market and see if we can have some great success for you. Thanks again for watching today. Hey, I strongly encourage you to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell if you want to see not only past episodes, but future episodes. Until next time, make it a great day.
Got a question about real estate around the St. Louis Metro East area? Call me, Brian Vogt, at 618-210-2451. Or for a free copy of my Amazon #1 best-selling book, Ready, Set, Sold, visit my website at brianvogt.com. Thank you for tuning in. This is Brian Vogt. Until next time on Ready, Set, Sold.